Oh man, she's showing us her backside. Hey guys, real quick, one thing I wanted to clear up. I was going back rewatching my most recent episode. I realized some people might have gotten the impression that this was gonna be a rat rod. It is not gonna be a rat rod. I was just giving an example of things that I am drawn to. Very weathered looking cars, patina, that kind of stuff. I am actually doing a new paint job on this car. It's just not going to be a high gloss paint job. It's going to be done so that it looks more weathered. So I will be doing all the necessary body work to get this thing in tip-top shape. I'm just gonna put a little bit different of a paint job on it. And also, I completely respect and appreciate high gloss paint jobs. I have considered that for this car, but that just seems like the average normal thing to do. And quite honestly, I am drawn to those lower luster cars, and I figured, you know what? You only live once. I'm gonna go with the weathered look on this car. That's it, let's jump into it. Hey guys, it's time for another weekly startup. If you're new to the channel, for the first time in 42 years, I drove her in the last episode. It was awesome. Just took her on a little jaunt to like the third driveway down because the brakes are making an awful noise. I have my dad coming over this morning, and he's gonna have a look at them with me.
See, something doesn't feel right here.
If we put that wheel back on, I think you're gonna find that it's definitely a rubbing of two surfaces. Different from that.
That's a reasonable.
See if there's any spot where it looks like the backing plate's been rubbing. I don't see anything, but I'm sure it's. I really think that's what's going on.
What's this? Is that machine?
Well, it looks like there's metal shavings falling from somewhere down onto that wheel cylinder. Look, there's metal shavings all through here. Actually, what are you looking for?
I don't know.
No.
Just looking.
Just look at that.
I think it's here. Right here.
Oh yeah, it looks like there is rubbing going on there. So I think it's a matter of
that's an inch in from the shoe. That's right in here somewhere.
Rubbing on that spring.
Yeah, I think so. Now, do you have the springs on correctly?
That is sticking out and it's rubbing on the inside of that.
Yeah.
All right guys, my dad is come and gone, and we're pretty confident we found the issue that was going on with the brakes. And it's reasonably simple. It appears as though the inside of the drum in here, this lip, is rubbing on the newly installed brake spring. And this is consistent with the fact that when I put the drum on, it doesn't do it when you spin it, but when you tighten it down, it will do it, which means it's bringing that surface in against the spring. And there's some grinding flakes and stuff going on here. So, looking at this, there's a gap back here. So this isn't quite properly installed. So we're going to fix that now, throw it back on, and see if we can get rid of that hideous noise. See if that was in fact enough to prevent that. And that was enough. Hopefully running this thing on 2 lug nuts on this back wheel is perfectly fine for around the neighborhood. It's not like I'm going to be going incredibly fast. We'll find out. You can tell me if it's a terrible idea in the comments. Of course, at that point it'll be after the fact, so we'll see what happens. So something else I would like to point out to you guys, because I want to keep you updated on a lot of the stuff I do here. An update on painting the white letters on the tires. This front tire has a little bit of a leak, and I noticed it the other day. It was deflated on this end. So you can see here, as the tire deflated and deformed, the paint cracked and chipped off and fell downward, because this was the side of the tire closest to the garage floor. So there's that to take into consideration. Does it bother me? No, absolutely not. I still have very little money wrapped up in this, and I still like the way it looks. So I'll clean this up and maybe even throw another coat on and be done with it. We'll start it up and keep an eye on that back wheel. All right, let's see how she does. Seems to be okay. This thing is going to be so much fun to drive. I love it. I love it. Cannot get over how much happiness this car brings me. Well, I'd say that got her fixed. No noise. So probably what's going to be going on in next week's episode, Friday's episodes, is I'm going to find out what's under this hideous Bondo. You have no idea how badly I'm wanting to strip this down.
Strip it down.
And see what's going on underneath this Bondo. So that is everything I have for this weekly startup. We will see how far I get with the Bondo this week. I will see you guys on Friday for the normal episode. So until then, take care.